Welcome to the Exposure Assessment Solutions channel. This is going to be a brief introduction to the IH Data Analyst program. The IH Data Analyst, also known as IHDA, is a program that I wrote to help occupational hygienists and industrial hygienists statistically analyze and interpret occupational or environmental exposure data. I intend to add additional videos covering goodness of fit testing, descriptive and compliance statistics, Bayesian decision analysis, sensor data analysis, generation of an IH Data Analyst report, and various resources that one can review and read to become better at data analysis. The first step, of course, is to enter data into the program. I will instead open up a file. I have three measurements. I have entered facility information, substance information, name, OEL, units, and other comments as needed. I could click on the Calculate All button, which will force the IHDA program to calculate everything it can calculate. But the best way to go through a data analysis is step by step, and the first step is a goodness of fit evaluation, determining whether or not the data can be reasonably well described by a log normal distribution. So we have a series of graphs, a time series plot, a log probability plot, and a histogram. We have thumbnail versions on the graph gallery screen. We can look at larger versions if we wish. The data are not noticeably trending upwards or downwards, so we passed a time series evaluation. The measurements fall along a best fit line fairly well, so we passed a log probability plot evaluation. And if we have enough measurements, we should see a log normal shaped histogram, but with only 2 or 3 or 4 measurements, generally you cannot discern a log normal shape. On the left hand side, we can indicate that we believe that the data are reasonably log normal. The IHDA program also does an objective test, applies an objective test. In this case, the log normal distribution hypothesis is not rejected, so we pass the goodness of fit evaluation. If the data are reasonably well described by a log normal distribution, then we can proceed to calculate statistics. We have order statistics, min, max, median, descriptive statistics, mean, standard deviation, geometric mean, compliance statistics, those that are going to tell us something about the acceptability of the exposure profile, such as the 95th percentile, and the exceedance fraction, or the fraction of measurements expected to exceed the exposure limit. In this particular case, we have a 95th percentile that is 31% of the exposure limit. Using the AIHA exposure category scheme, this would suggest that we have a Category 2 exposure profile where the true 95th percentile is between 10 and 50% of the exposure limit. However, because we have a small data set, only 3 measurements, a moderate GSD of 2, the 95% upper confidence limit for the 95th percentile is 20 times the OEL, which forces us to consider Category 3 and Category 4 as possible decisions. So the next step should be a Bayesian decision analysis. We click on the BDA charts button. The IH Data Analyst program calculates the BDA charts. We see that we have, using the likelihood decision chart, an indication that we have a Category 2 exposure profile. So I pick Category 2. The Category 2 bar is between 50 and 75%, or 0.5 and 0.75, so we can click on medium certainty. So now we have an exposure rating and medium certainty. We used a likelihood decision chart as the basis for our decision. We can post our rating, which sends that rating to the report builder. Category 2, medium certainty. Let's give this a start date. Perhaps the data were collected the first week of this month. We don't have a category 4 rating, so there's no need to assess the PPE charts, the Bayesian PPE charts. So at this point, we can build a report. We click on Build Report, and a report is generated. We have the version data for the IH Data Analyst program, the date, the file that was used, the facility and substance information, any comments that we entered, the exposure assessment summary. May have to do a little bit of editing here. Category 2, medium certainty, start date. We have our goodness of fit evaluation information and charts, our various descriptive statistics, the Bayesian decision analysis results and charts, as well as the parameter space that we used, and the PPE selection charts, which in this particular case are not useful because we did not select PPE. And at the end of an IH Data Analyst report will be the data that were analyzed. This has been a very quick introduction to the IH Data Analyst program. The program does come with a help file, which has a quick start guide and information on all of the various features. The help file has been converted to a PDF file, which can be printed off if you wish. The PDF file contains everything that's in the help file, but in basically a book format. So we cover a quick start guide, statistics, data entry, goodness of fit, how to interpret these statistics, sensor data analysis, that is the analysis of data sets that contain non-detects, a section on Bayesian decision analysis, PPE selection using Bayesian decision analysis, and then a report builder and various example reports. For more information on the IH Data Analyst, please visit my website at www.easinc.co or send me an email at easinc@easinc.co. Thank you for stopping by.